Hello everybody, I am Foxfire. This is the Fox Gaming channel and we have something new today. Alright, this is something I've been also wanting to do on the channel for a while. Final Fantasy VIII. This is actually my favorite Final Fantasy game and one of my favorite JRPGs as well. But alright, so we are going to start a new game. Now look at that water graphics right there. This is probably also one of the best opening cinematic scenes for a Final Fantasy game as well too. Just how it comes in. And I'm going to try not to talk through any of these cutscenes and that. So I know it's had a couple of video stutters in that. Hopefully it won't be any worse than that was. And this is the original PS1 version. This ain't the HD version. Although I think I may have some HD upscaling on. Because I am playing this through a emulator. So we have Dr. Kadawaki. How are you feeling? Well, my forehead hurts. No kidding. Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. Now, I was debating on whether or not changing the names of the characters and stuff like that. And to be honest, I kind of want to make this more of a story playthrough to where it's more of a focus on the story. I'm going to try not to get OP. And it's very easy to get way overpowered in this game, especially right at the start of the game. I'm going to try not to get too powerful. But I am going to keep the characters by their original default names. So we have the main protagonist here, that is Squall. a loner gunblade wielder. Why don't you take it easy in training next time? You might not be so lucky. Tell that to Cypher. And Cypher was the guy we were dueling against in that opening cutscene. He is also a gunblade wielder and our longtime rival. That Cypher won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? I can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is Quistis. I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes, yes. His injury's not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right. Now please come by. Now, if my teachers in school looked like this, I probably would have done better in class. Not her. Squall, so we meet again. And that is Quistis. Don't sigh at me. I knew it'd be either you or Cypher. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. Squall, is there something on your mind? It's not really. What's so funny? Funny? No, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little, that's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. It's none of your business. Oh, yes. And then this transition to moving to a cutscene, even though our character got stuck. Yes, and this is Balaam Garden. Basically, it is a school for mercenaries. I'm going to try not to relieve much of the story as possible. But we are young mercenaries. Well, young, inspiring mercenaries. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seem to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for CE candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher? Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. But first... Wrong button. I might have to go in and change the button configurations. Come on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go and change the button configurations. Alright, let's turn on the power and... Alright, so what we want to do is we want to hit tutorial. Logging in. Squall confirmed. GF data for Squall searching. GF registered under Squall are GF Quasigatl and GF Shiva. Alright, so we got Quasigatl and Shiva. And Shiva is a staple in the Final Fantasy franchise. Alright, I'm not going to worry about the tutorial. I've played this game enough times. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But we are now done. Alright, let's see what the instructor wants. You haven't been to the fire cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seat exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was going to go this morning, but Cypher... Oh, that was in his head. He said that to himself. Do you have a good excuse? Not really. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. Yeah, and we already did that. What about these guys? What do they gotta say? I'm so jealous. Maybe I should take up that subject too. Should anything happen to Instructor Trep, the Trapeze will get you back. Yes, this is Quistis Trep, our instructor's little fan club here. Alone with Instructor Trep? And he snapped his thumbs. Alright. I suppose we should go make our way to the front gate. We gotta go to the fire cavern, apparently. I'm late. Ah. You okay? There. Tee, I'm fine. Sorry, I was kinda in a hurry. Oh, yeah. Hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Whoa, oh no. This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey. I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? Now, this is something I recommend doing. If we give her a tour of the place, we'll get access to an area earlier in the game to where we can get a card. Not to give out too many spoilers, but I mean, we'll find out here soon. There is a mini game in this game. It's called Triple Triad. It is a card game, a very simple number card game. If you show her around, we get access to this area to where we can duel this guy, and we can get this awesome card. Actually, so let's give her a tour of the garden, shall we? Sure. Woohoo! All right, let's go. We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby. I'll show you the directory. And then this girl that's following us around that we're giving the tour to, she will be a very predominant party member later on. I usually use her quite a bit, to be honest. But we need to talk to this guy though too. Oh, hey. Would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you like. What? How do you play a game? I think it's best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. Yeah, we're not going to do that. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing the square button. But keep in mind, not everyone is a card player. Oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. That is a lie. That is a lie. He does play. Alright, so we got ourselves 7 cards. So then I'll show you those guys. I'll show you, you guys those cards here in a bit. That's the directory. Well, this is it. Balaam Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here. I have a question. How do you use this? You move the cursor and press the cross button to select. Next, I'll give a quick explanation of the various facilities. Yes, sir. You'll find the dormitory to the north. The majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute. Yeah, I'm in the dorms too. You can rest and change in there. West is the north block, is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line. Ooh, we have to go there. We gotta get ourselves some hot dogs, don't we? Got it. East of the north block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. The front gate is located to the south. That's right, I have to go meet Instructor Tripp at the front gate. What's the matter? Nothing. Next, we have the quad, located in the west block. There's an event being planned there. I know. It's the Garden Festival. It's going to be great. I'm planning to be on the committee. You want to help out too? Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. What's the doctor's name? Dr. Katawaki. Now, the east block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose here. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful. Okay. South of the east block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor, right? Yep, I remember that one. By the way, the headmaster's office is located on the 3rd floor. You need permission to get in. Another question, what's the headmaster's name? Headmaster Sid. Sid, that is a reoccurring name in almost every single Final Fantasy game. That's about it. Anything else? Got it. Hey, are you taking today's seat exam? Yeah. Then maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the seat exam today too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot. Alright. So another thing I want to go do real quick is I'm going to go see if I can't get some hot dogs out of the cafeteria. Yeah, this is a pretty big school. And some very, very peaceful music. Alright, here is the cafeteria. Gotta get my hot dogs. Cypher, drink. Can I drink something? I like some water, you know. Ignore. Squall, can't you see the disciplinary committee's busy? Don't bother us. Yo, it's Squall. Oh yeah, Fujin's gonna treat you, know? Want something? Rage. Shin kick. Oh, ow. What? Is that all she says? Let's see if they got any hot dogs. No more hot dogs today. Ah, shucks. And it looks like we missed another cut scene. There is a scene that happens here, but I think we missed it. Not too sure how. That's okay. The scene wasn't important anyway. Alright. Let's go find the let's go find Instructor Quistis Trip at the front gate now. Oh, and I suppose I could show you guys the cards. Alright, so here are our cards that we have here. Not very good cards. Not very good at all. But you'll see that there is a set of 4 numbers. Like on this card, the Skizard card, there is a 1 on the top, a 5 on the left, a 4 on the right, and a 1 on the bottom. That comes into play when you play the game, and I will go over that a bit more when we actually do a card game. But these cards... These cards make it to where we can get overpowered early in the game. There's just a couple of abilities that we need, and we can really exploit that. I'm still debating on whether or not if I really want to do that. I might do a little bit of it, but I really don't want to be too strong, because honestly, you can get the best weapon in the game for Squall right here. Right at the beginning of the game, within, well, I was about to say within the first hour of gameplay, but it takes some hours of grinding to get. See, and I know Quistis is over here, so let's go find her. Oh, and this little thing right here, this is a draw point. And you know what, I suppose we can do that right now real quick. So we have Junction, and this is how our character will get abilities, stat upgrades, elemental attacks and defense buffs, things like that. This is what makes this game easily broken. But we want to go, and we're going to junction one of our GFs, and I'm going to actually put Shiva on Squall here. And then we'll be able, if we had magic, we would be able to junction magic on this stat, and depending on the magic, the stat will go up. There's other things that we can go up. Status attack, status defenses, elemental attack, elemental defense. And then right here we have our attack commands. So when we are in battle, these will be the things that we can do as long as we have them junctioned on. So right now we can only do attack. But what I want to do is I want draw, because that's going to let us draw magic from enemy monsters. And then I also want magic. And then the item ability. I don't really use the GF command ability very much. GFs are fine. They're fine to have for attacking and stuff, but your characters are stronger. They will definitely be stronger. Alright, so I think that is all I want on for Squall. And then if we go to GFs, and let's go to Shiva, who is Junction on Squall, and go to Learn. These are the abilities the GF can learn through acquiring AP through battles. Monsters and bosses will give out a certain amount of AP, and once we get enough for one of these things, like right here, we have Strength Junction. That'll let us junction magic to our strength stat. Once we get 50 AP, we'll be able to have that, and the character that has Shiva equipped on will be able to equip magic on their strength stat. But I think what I want first is Ice Magic Refine. This will let us make ice and water magic spells out of items. Something nice to have, especially early in the game. And then on Quasigato, I'm going to change up his as well. I want him to learn Card. And this is a very, very important ability, especially if you're going to do a low-level playthrough of this game, which I actually recommend doing a lower-level playthrough. It's a lot more enjoyable. But this card ability will go into our attack commands, like where we had attack, magic, item, stuff like that. This has a chance to change a monster into a triple triad card. And that is very nice to have, especially the ability that will be unlocked once we learn this one. But, oh, yeah, as I was saying with this little pink thing here, if we have the draw command on, we go to one of these draw points. You see this is for Cure. We'll draw that onto Squall. And now Squall has 7 Cure spells. That's another thing in this game. There isn't a MP stat. It just goes off of times you can use it before you have to draw more of the spell or get more in some way. But now we have 7 cures that we can use. We can use it in battle, use it outside of battle because it is cure, or we can even junction it. So down to our spirit stat here, we'll junction cure, and our spirit will go up by 1 point. Now I believe spirit is our magic defense in this game. But yeah, so once we get some stronger spells and more cards and things like that, we can actually get very overpowered. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I have a few things to explain before we head off. GFs give us strength. The stronger the GF, the stronger we become. So here's a brief explanation on junctioning, which I already kind of just did. So we're just gonna skip that. Everything okay up till now? You can always check back by accessing tutorial from the menu. Once we get to the Fire Cavern, I'll explain how to junction magic. Use the command draw. Okay, yeah, it's still just more tutorial stuff. Okay, so now we'll junction Quasigato on Quistis, and we'll give her. Actually, this is how I like having it set up. With draw on the bottom. There we go. That's better. Alright. So let's go to this Fire Cavern. Okay. So we are on the world map. And where we want to go, the Fire Cavern is just right over here. Oh, and we got our first random encounter. Alright. So, if you highlight on the enemy and then you push the pause button, it'll give you a quick little thing of what it is. So this is a glacial eye. And I'm actually just going to just run from it. I'm not going to worry too much about some fights right now. And that's the other thing too I should probably go over real quick. If you go down and look at our character's status, so you'll see right there for current EXP and next level. So for next level we need 500 more EXP. So once we get up to level 9, we will only need 1,000 experience points, and every other level from that we will only need 1,000 experience points. So it's very easy to get to max level, and the max is 100, I believe. It's either 99 or 100. I want to say 100. But you know, here's the thing that makes this game different from some other Final Fantasy games. So we could grind out levels, and we could just, you know, hit max level and everything like that. And in every other Final Fantasy game, that would make it easier, because you could take out the enemies faster and that, right? Not in this game. In this game, enemies, including bosses, scale to the average of like your party's level plus like 1 or something, depending on Squall's level. I forget the exact math on that, but basically everything that we fight is going to be at the same level as us. And this could be a good thing, or even a very, very bad thing. It can be good because the higher level the monsters are, the higher tier of magic we can draw from them. So a level 1 Glacial Eye that we had just saw will have Blizzard. Okay, a level 40 will have like Blizzaga, or however it's called. Things like that. There's some other monsters too that are like that. There's Ruby Dragons. Get them at a higher level, they'll have like Meteor and things like that. Just better tier magic spells. But that can also really screw us over, because we ain't getting any ahead of them. But that's where the junction thing comes into play, because then we can up our stats that way. That is how you actually get strong in this game. I just wanted to go over that real quick. But let's get to the fire cavern here. Okay, junction magic now. Pay attention. Already went over this. Basically, it's saying we can junction magic to elemental attacks and stuff like that. That's all that was. And we already know how to use the gunblade. Well, I do. Which I should go in and make sure that setting is set up too, the way that I like it. So if we go over Squall, and go through his status here. So we got Gunblade Auto. We can turn this on or off. On is okay, but you'll do more damage if you leave it off and you just hit the button that you're supposed to. But also with it off, when we're doing a regular random encounter, right before we connect with our gunblade, if we hit the R1 button, we'll pull the trigger on our gunblade, so we'll do an automatic critical hit. Very nice to have, very nice to have. So that's why I like to have that off. And then the Renzokuken indicator. Now Renzokuken is our ultimate attack. It's what the game calls limit break. If you're familiar with Final Fantasy games, quite a bit of them have things like that. Limit breaks, overdrives, so on and so forth. Alright, so let's get into this cavern finally. Even though there's still going to be one more thing to explain real quick. Now, because we are doing a field exam, basically, we're doing a little seed test is what it's called. The thing about this, once it comes up here, Quistis is our support. Instructor number 14, Quistis Trape. Alright, so here we have to select our time limit. Now, you would think the more time you got, the better, right? No. Wrong. This is the amount of time that we'll have to clear this cave and get to the boss and beat the boss at the end of it. And the thing is, we're going to be graded on this once we get past a few things. The least amount of time we have on the clock by the time we beat the boss, the higher our score is going to be for this. So, start off with 10 minutes. And then I need to make another quick change. Because typically I do my grinding before I even get here. But what I want to do, just go to ability, and see, Quistis doesn't really have any magic, so we're going to have her use the GF ability. And you'll see why that is going to come into play here later. My job is to support you in battle. Everything else is up to you. Fine. You know, the boys often choke on this test when I come with them. I guess my charm makes them nervous. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Trying to keep you relaxed, that's all. A little promiscuous there, instructor. Ooh, what do we got in this random encounter? We got a couple of red bats. And we are just going to run away from them. They are not worth it, especially when we get that clock running down. And you'll see there's going to be a few moments in this game where we're going to be racing against the clock. Alright, and there should be a draw point. And we got fire. Let's give it to Squall. Don't really matter right now. Oh, a couple of red bats and a couple of bombs. It's another staple monster in the Final Fantasy franchise, bombs. But we are, once again, just going to ignore them. Wow, high encounter rates. Oh, and I forget what this thing is called. But we are just going to run away. And we still got to make it to the boss. I guess I was right. You and Cypher are in a class of your own. You both have amazing strength and potential. Okay, this is it. Are you ready? He's just waving his hand. You seem confident enough. Alright, and now it's time for our first boss fight. Up against Ifrit. Another staple creature in the Final Fantasy franchise. And this is why I wanted Shiva. Oh no. I thought Quistis said Shiva. Never mind. I was going to use Shiva because it's a nice little dialogue that comes in. Ooh, and so we can draw magic from him. He's got Fire, Cure, and some magic that we don't know yet. So let's stock up on that. Let's see, what is it? Scans. Nothing to be really concerned about. So let's just attack. And see if I can hit this R1. Boom. So you can hit the R1 at the right time. Nice burst of fire. So we're just going to keep on attacking. And hopefully Squall's health will go down so we can start using his limit break. Oh, missed that one. Now I could just have Quistis attack Squall to speed this up, but I'm not going to. I think we will be more than fine here. That is if I just stop missing these crits. There we go. Not bad for a human. Okay. We're going to be able to use our limit breaks at all in this fight. Oh, Squall might be able to now. Seeing if we have to, we can always draw cast Cure off of him. Oh, and if you keep on hitting the circle button, at least on my current configuration, it will recycle through so we can try to get that limit break going. Quistis might be able to do it now. Oh, had it and then we skipped it. There we go. Blue magic, laser eye. And Squall, just keep on attacking. Now Quistis' limit break is blue magic, which is enemy magic, really. We'll be able to get her... Oh, we beat him. But we'll be able to get her some new limit breaks to use later on in the game by giving her items that we'll get. And hey, we got the Ifrit card. And 20 AP. And we got ourselves Ifrit as a GF. There isn't much time, but let me go over this real quick. Good, you got yourself a GF. If you junction that GF, you'll be able to use the Elemental Junction ability. Here's the explanation of elements. Yeah, we're just going to skip that because I kind of already briefly went over that. Alright. Now let's get out of this cave. And before we do more, before we move around more, let's actually get Ifrit Junction on somebody. Let's put Ifrit on Squall. That'll raise up our strength. So if we get on Junction Magic and... well, if we had more fires, that would help out our strength a bit there. But we could also go to... oop, we just autoed that. That's okay. But if we also go over here, we could junction fire on to our elemental attacks. So then we would have fire element on our physical attack. But that is not something that we want here in the fire cavern. still got some bombs here. Yeah, still just gonna run away from these guys. Eventually we'll be doing some battling, just not in the cave. There's a way better place to go to for now. But I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to get out of this cave. And honestly, I'm probably going to end the episode there. I need to go over a couple of other things for some of my other content on the channel. But I hope you guys like this episode, and I would like to make this an ongoing series on the channel as well too. On top of the other 3 things that I got going on the channel. I thought doing 3 things at once on the channel was going to be rough. It sure was rough, but now I'm doing 4 things, so it's going to be rougher. I don't know why. It's just I just felt like playing this game, and I've been wanting to do this game on the channel. But I really do hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you all in the next one. So, until then, guys, bye.